We teach everybody the basic stance, you know. So if they're right-handed, they stand with the left foot forward, and the right hand's here all the time. And then basically we just teach everybody basic punches, just full shoulder rotation as well. And then biomechanics of punching by moving opposite hand, opposite leg, and going backwards, same hand, same leg. Boxing is very technical, you know. People just see two people punching each other, but the techniques of it is very hard to learn, you know. They're training 6 days a week. They're only 14 or 15 years of age. They're training one session a day because obviously 2 sessions a day would be too much for them. But I think when they get to the age 16 or 17, they all have the great mindset. They don't drink, they don't smoke, and they live for boxing. And I think that's important. You've got to love what you're doing. You've got to love boxing, and otherwise you're not going to turn up every day to be punched in the face. If you have a bad day playing football, it's no big deal. You lose the ball. If you have a bad day running, you come down the line a bit, you know, you come 4th or 5th on a race. If you have a bad day boxing, even if it's training, it's painful, you know. You get your busted nose or a broken nose, you know. And unfortunately it's happened to Katie 3 or 4 times, and she'll end up having her nose broken 3 or 4 times now at this stage, you know, where, you know, she's had a bad day at the office. Do the best we can. Depending on what stage competition we're at, you know, on a general preparation phase, we do long runs, we do some 20-30 minute runs. But coming closer and closer to the competitions now, it gets more sport specific. Like we'll do 400 or 500-600 metre runs with a minute break, or we'll do running uphill runs, 10-12 seconds uphill runs with a 30 seconds recovery. Could do 20 of them. It's very high intensity, you know. The Sports Council have been, we've got a lot of sponsors, but the Sports Council have been his biggest sponsors, and they've been his first sponsor. They were the first people to recognise Katie, and they sponsored Katie before it was an Olympic sport, and they've shown great confidence in her, and been so loyal to us as well. You know, I'm full-time coaching Katie now. I couldn't hold down a job, and Katie trains twice a day. It'd be impossible, you know.
Why do you train twice a day?
Because everybody else is training once a day. We try to do things that everybody else is not doing. Most people are only training once a day. At one stage we were trying to train 4 times a day, but it was, you know, we couldn't recover quick enough, you know. So if you're going to be an Olympic champion, you've got to do things that other people are not prepared to do, you know, and that's what we try to do, you know. Katie pushes her body more than we think anybody else is pushing it, you know, and that's what you've got to do to become an Olympic champion. And I was confident all the way through the fight. Even then when we were a point down, I was confident Katie was going to win the fight, you know. And I always thought it was a destiny to become an Olympic champion, so I was never concerned. There's the one fight I wasn't concerned in. But when there was the delay, it was a bit nerve-wracking, all right, you know. And I was just hoping it wasn't going to go back to count-back, you know, because that's a lottery. But I was confident enough that Katie had won. It was unbelievable. You can't express it in words, you know, what it was like to... Firstly as a father, secondly as a coach, you know, to train Katie since she was 11, and then, you know, being a father as well, it was a double delight for me. And you can't put it into words, you know. It's impossible to express, impossible.
What would you say to like a young kid if they're thinking about getting into boxing?
Follow your dream. Nothing's impossible, you know. If you've got a dream, you've got to follow it, and if your dream is to be an Olympic champion, you've got to follow it. There was no boxing when Katie took up boxing. There was no female boxing in the country. There was no female boxing in the Olympics until 3 years ago, and a dream was always to be an Olympic champion. So nothing's impossible. Just follow your dream.